3, 2, 1, you're live.
Okay. Hey, y'all. I'm sitting here laughing because Buddy's in the house today because we have company. I'm taking care of little Tulu for Judy. And I'm afraid two of them would be too much to kind of handle and do this today. So, but Buddy knows. Buddy knows when it's time to do this. And he's in there crying and whining and it's breaking my heart. But, yeah, it's just what happens. But I said I can hear him in there and it's awful. And I said, you guys might get to hear him too, because I said, he's right here by this kitchen window. So
You guys might get to hear him too.
But like I said, he's used to being out here. He knows Wednesday. I don't know why, but he knows Wednesday. And like I said, he thinks he should be out here. But like I said, I'm pretty sure I couldn't handle both of them, so because I could just barely handle him. But hey, Anne Marie, Brad, Denise, Jerry, I'm glad to see y'all. Beautiful day out here. It's going to be in the 80s, probably lower 80s right now because we kind of had a chilly day yesterday. And then we're going to have 80s for a couple days. And then they tell me Sunday night and Monday night, it's going to get really cold. I mean, we may have 30s in the Monday night time frame. And, that's first time this year so far, or first time this winter. I'll put it that way. I know back in probably February, we probably had some, but this would be the coldest day since then. So, but not bad. Like I said, the sun's shining, beautiful, blue skies, a few clouds, but it's really, really nice out here. A little bit of a breeze, not bad. I know I'm making you feel, people that feel up north are making you feel bad because it's cold up there right now, but hey, that's what Florida is. Oh, and Wrestler says it might hit 70 when it's all over. Says it's nice, but yeah, Rich says Warminster, 63 degrees and sunny. Dipped down to 38 at night. Yeah, and that's what we're looking at like this weekend. They said Sunday night and Monday night that it's the next cold front coming through. The last cold front kept us from the hurricane. It kept that hurricane off to the east, so we didn't have to worry about it. So that was a good thing. But I'm not really, Tulu, come here. Come here. Put him up here.
Will she stay there?
I don't know. We'll see.
Which one?
Well, I wasn't going to bring either one of them out here, but that's okay. Well, I know. Can you sit down, baby? Huh? Can you sit down? This is Tulu. This is Judy P's room, baby. Yes. And Judy's out traveling. And so Tulu's staying with us. And she's a good baby, she is. But like I said, she doesn't want to be away from us, that's for sure. And I was going to leave them both in because I wasn't sure this could happen. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. Buddy, stay with Dad and you can stay with me. Is that okay? Okay. Yeah, good baby. Anyhow. You went down? Okay. You have to be good. Anyhow, we're dog happy today. Let's see. Casa del Sol Boutique and Breakfast is having lunch at Harry and the Natives today.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great, it's a great venue for lunch. It really is. They had my birthday party there, and I just loved it. It's so nice, and that rec center there is pretty nice too. You go next door to the rec center there, they've got a nice little dock that goes out to a pergola where you can actually fish off the dock. I don't know if there's any fish in there, and there's a lot of stuff in that water. They keep it natural, so there's probably a lot of
sit down.
lot of green stuff in there. So I'm not sure if you can find any fish. Oh, Denise, you missed the story of the other dog. The other dog belongs to Judy P, and she's on a cruise right now. So, and her name is Tula. Yeah, Tulu. It's short for Tallulah. And she's a
Stupid
sweet
name
little
for a
baby.
dog.
Well, you know,
Stupid name for a dog.
I think Buddy is too, but that's just my opinion.
Buddy's just a short name for a dog. You don't have big four-named dogs like this is Montrese Yolanda Delula. I mean, that's not a dog's name.
Tulu. It's their name, okay?
What does it mean?
I don't know.
That's
It doesn't
right.
mean anything.
Sounds.
What does Buddy mean?
He's my buddy.
It's just a nice name. But anyhow, she's a sweet little baby, she is. And but she misses her mommy. You could tell. Like I can't get out the door without her having fits. When I come home the other day, Skip opened the garage door when I come in, and I said I thought she was having a heart attack. She was really upset. But yeah, she's been really good though. The two of them together, you know, they're fine except for when both of them went on my lap. And that doesn't happen. And Tulu wants me rubber belly all the time. She climbs up on the couch and turns upside down so I can rub her belly. And Buddy just sits there and looks. He doesn't know what's going on.
Do you hear me?
Huh? Can I hear you?
Do you hear? You don't hear?
Uh-uh.
All right.
Okay. Oh yeah, well, you know, Tulu's a cutie. She is. She's a Brussels Griffon, short-haired Brussels Griffon. And I don't know, some of you might remember KT, which was my Brussels Griffon, but she was long-haired and looked like a monkey. And Tulu doesn't look that way at all with the short hair. I mean, if you look at him in the face.
Another stupid name for a dog. KT.
Yeah.
That's Katie.
There was a reason.
Katie.
There was a reason.
There's no reason.
Yeah, because one of the grandchildren was named Katie. And they didn't want it to be the same. So, but yes.
Not KT. Katie.
Yeah, okay. I won't explain. Wouldn't matter. Let's see. Anne Marie says, true that. Our last dog was Layla. That's cute too. You know, I watch a video on YouTube, and it's Mike the Shih Tzu. And this guy has a Shih Tzu. Like Buddy he's about three times as wide. It's a good sized Shih Tzu, but he takes this Shih Tzu everywhere. He takes it to the mall, and I said everywhere he goes. And I said he plays games with this dog. You wouldn't believe it, but they really bonded that well. But I love watching it because Mike has such a great expression, and Buddy has him too. And I said, when you ask him to do something, it's kind of like, you know. But let's see.
Buddy just ignores you.
Yeah. Let's see. And Carol says she hears you.
Huh?
Carol says she hears you. You asked me if I heard you.
I've got it on. I didn't know if you could hear it.
Well, I said, she said she hears you.
She hears me talking, but it's not what I'm asking.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, we got some new hardware this week. Yeah, at first, Laura, when you look at Tulu, she has a face that's not like any other dog, but she's the size of a fat Chihuahua. I said, but that's just the top part of her. But she's a good baby, though. I mean, you can see she's just sitting there, just taking it all in. She likes being outside. They both like being outside. But I think more than anything, they just want to be with us. So,
Back at it. Lay down.
Mr. Rizzo, I don't think Tulu missed living in Alabama because Judy didn't get her until she lived here. She was not exactly a rescue, but a dog walker was going down the street, and Judy was telling her how cute she was, and she said, "Well, would you like to have her?" So the parents relinquished her, and that's how Judy got her. But like I said, she's a good little dog. She really is. And I thought, why couldn't that happen to me? We had to go looking for Buddy. Oh, and you like the red flowers? Yeah, I kind of. The other ones I had to give a haircut today because the blooms are about done. But if you know anything about mums, if you give them a haircut and cut the old blooms off, they'll bloom again. And I said, probably be just as pretty as what they were to start with. Okay. Cheryl Perry says, "Hi, Skip and Sue here from Gloucester, Massachusetts. My husband and I are leaving Friday morning to fly down for a few weeks." Oh, cool. I said, this is a good time of year. Yeah, I mean, it's just, the weather's just been really perfect. I mean, it gets chilly at night.
I like it.
Well, not usually as chilly as it's going to get, but I
like
said the 50s at night, it's good.
I guess say 50s at night, 70s during the day. What's there to complain about?
Yeah. But like I said, Sunday and Monday, it's going to get down in the 30s.
I still have my shorts on.
Yeah.
Just
It's
watch
going to
the
get
weather
down in the
report,
30s.
and there is a major storm coming to the Midwest that said possibly could bring snow this weekend.
And that's going to bring our temperature down. So,
like I said, I like it.
I know you like it. Alfonso Smith says, "Hey guys, nice to see you. I wait every week to see what's going on. Skip, I want to bring
Nothing is going on. It never goes on. Nothing here ever goes on. Not in my neighborhood. All the excitement seems like it's everywhere else. Nothing in my neighborhood ever goes on."
All right. He says, "Skip, I want to bring my grandkids down to visit. How many child monsters live there?"
Well, they're all over the place. I mean,
it's on your news a lot.
Yeah, there's a website you can go to that actually shows you where every child, well, I should say sexual predator, is located at in the villages. I don't know that website right now. Somebody sent it to me, and I went to the link, and I always meant to save that link, but I didn't, and I don't know what it was. But I'm sure it's tied into the police department, and we have 3 different police departments here in the villages, actually, that have the authority here. The biggest one will be Sumter County, and then the next one is Wildwood, and then the next one is Leesburg Police Department. There's a section over here that's Leesburg, and there's also a section over here. I should take that back. That's Fruitland Park. So those are different police departments that have the authority here.
Yeah, is that what you were talking about, Alfonso? Otherwise, your grandkids are allowed to come down if they're under 18. They're allowed to be here for 30 days. That's what the rules are. But I watched a lady the other day saying she was coming to visit her parents, and she was over 19, but she was being funny. But she said she had to get carded again because of the age thing. So let's see.
I don't think 19 classifies you as a child.
No, but you can be here if you're over 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't say classifies you as a child.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
Let's see. Darrison says, "Talking to Skip's toll tunnel. I don't carry quarters. Does he take Venmo?"
I didn't put that on Discord. If you saw that on Discord,
yeah.
One of my members, he does that. He's very good at it.
Oh yeah.
And I save them all because I use them for some of my video endings because I want to be something a little different, and so I put them on there. And I've seen one on there about I made a comment. Somebody said something about going somewhere, doing something, and my comment to it was, "Well, you have to pay the toll." And then that's when he put that picture on there, and I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. And the picture was Skip at a golf cart tunnel taking quarters.
Yeah, he's got a picture of me in an ice uniform. He's made it. I don't know how. He's got a picture of me at a Beatles concert, an old black and white Beatles concert with a big banner on it that says "Skip, you suck."
Yeah.
At a Beatles banner. I think it's funny.
But he's on here. Brad, you're so good at that.
Yeah, he sent me an email last week saying that he's been put in his comments are not showing up, and he sent me one before, And I talked to my moderators, and they said, no, we didn't put him in jail or anything. We don't know. So he sent me a thing last week saying that he checked everything on his end. It had to be on my end. So I thought, well, let me go check. So I went in YouTube jail and looking, and lo and behold, he was in YouTube jail, and I have no idea why. I didn't put him there. I have no reason to put him there. The only thing I can figure is that if you're using a cell phone, especially, the three little dots off to the right where my moderators can click on them dots, they have a choice of things of what they can do with a person, including, I guess, putting them in jail or hide their notifications. They call it, but actually they put you in YouTube jail. And they're so close together, and men have fat fingers, and I'm thinking maybe somehow somebody hit the wrong button. But anyway, we got it taken care of. Brad should be back, and actually he's a moderator, so he should have a blue wrench next to his name.
Yeah, I believe he's here. Yeah.
Okay. If not, let me know. I'll have to go ahead and put him. I can make him a moderator while we're live.
Okay. Wrestler says, hi, all. Taking a little break from working on the kid's basement. His house is good enough that he moved in.
Are you sure you're working on his basement, or are you making a prison for him in that basement? Because this is taking you forever.
So the house is good enough that he moved in last weekend. We are now officially empty testers.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll see how that
Congratulations, Blas. Joseph Smith says Central Florida is supposed to drop with lows into the 30s and 40s next week. Snow here in Ohio.
Ohio?
Well, no, 30s and 40s here.
Oh, here?
Sunday and Monday. Sunday night and Monday.
Well, they said that it could possibly bring snow into the Midwestern states by this weekend. So, I mean, I'm sure some of it will affect us as it comes down further south, I assume. But we'll see. It's not a big deal. So we get, we're cold on Monday, we're cold on Tuesday, and back in the 70s on Wednesday. I mean, that's how it works out.
Yeah, but that's okay. Most people like it that way. Lavinia Allen says, hi, y'all. Finally, after a couple of weeks, get to watch live. Glad to see y'all. Well, I'm glad to see you too, Lavinia. I said, are you new? I've not seen that name before. That's kind of different. Mr. Rizzo. Let's see. Jerry Bell says, 19, your child in the villages, and you have to go to the kiddie pool, not the adult pool. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Jerry, who's enforcing that rule?
Well, they've got what they call family pools, and then they've got neighborhood pools, and then they've got sports pools. And so, it depends on where you're going.
The sports pools are pretty good about enforcing rules.
Yeah, but the neighborhood pools, I think you have to be 30?
30 or above, but like I said, who enforces that rule?
Well, right now they're working on it.
I was at our pool once a long time ago, and the guy was in there with 2 or 3 kids, and I heard somebody in there saying, pardon me, sir, but you can't have kids in here. You have to go to the other pool. And he said, I came down here because the other pool's too crowded. That was his answer, which means he wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Alfonso Smith says, hey, Skip, buddy, what you get for joining your site, being a member? Is there a member fee I would like to join? Well,
it depends on which member. I got YouTube members and I got Patreon members. I recommend Patreon because you save $3 a month. Patreon, the cheapest you can get in there for is $2 a month. I stopped doing the different level special things. If you're a $25 a month member, you're going to get the same thing that a $2 a month member gets. I'm telling you right now, that idea of giving $2, it was just too much work. And so I'm not doing it because I was doing it on YouTube also. The lower members got different things than the higher members got. Well, that's just too much. And so I just said, I'm just doing it all. This is it. Take it or leave it. But Patreon, you get in for $2 a month, and you'll get everything on there commercial free. That's the big thing for me. I would pay for the news $2 a month just to not have to look at any of the commercials. I mean, I would.
Yeah. So, and I said, one of the ladies that I love on YouTube, and I said, she's becoming commercialized too much. And so
yeah, I've noticed a lot of them. I get asked all the time about doing commercials or, for sponsors and stuff. And I've been turning most of them down, especially when I got hacked. I believe the person that contacted me about doing a collaboration with them, I believe that person's one that hacked me, but I can't figure out exactly how, but anyway, it makes no difference. I never got my RV channel back, by the way, because of that. It's gone, and YouTube even acknowledged that they took it out. They deleted it because of illegal practices on my old channel, and it wasn't me. And there's nothing I can do about it. It's just gone. I read one in there a while ago on YouTube where they have this site you can go to talk about problems. There's a guy on there that had 340,000 subscribers. Now, that may not sound like a lot to a guy that's got 10 million, but 340,000, that's an effort. Well, I don't know what he did, but whatever he did, he must have been very good at it. 340,000 subscribers, and YouTube wiped his channel completely gone because his channel was somehow connected to a Japanese channel that was doing illegal things. And so any channel attached to that Japanese channel, gone. And they're not going to put it back on. They even sent the guy an email back saying, your channel is gone. We're not going to reinstate it because of these practices. Your channel was attached to that Japanese channel, and so all channels attached to that channel is gone. There's no question about it. This is your customer service in America today.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, and Brad says there's no wrench next to his name.
There's no what?
No wrench next to his name. We'll fix that, Brad.
Let me see if I can find it right now, Brad. So
Okay.
hang around. Don't take off. I know you got all the ladies waiting.
And Lavinia, I go to Chi-Chi's, which is over in front of Lowe's on 466A. My nail lady is Lily. I have had somebody in her family done my nails ever since I've been here. And I said, they always done a wonderful job. They've moved different times, and I've just followed them around. But that is off campus. If you want to go by golf cart, you can't go by golf cart. But like I said, it is just right across 466A. Other than that, there's several other places right here in town that you can go to. I used to go to one in the plaza up here. I can't think of what plaza it is now. Can't think of the name of it. But like I said, when Lily moved to another place, that's when I followed her to Chi-Chi's. But everybody in there, Chi-Chi included, are very, very good at what they do. And so if you need a nail person, like I said, she always does me a good job. Let's see. The Fruitland Park Cop is on the shortcut on Grisendorfer off of Moyer Loop.
Stop it.
Oh yeah. And make sure you come to a full stop. Evidently, there's one sitting there. So, hey, Mark. And I watch because you do no sponsorship and have no commercials. The other ones are getting on my nerves. So thank you guys. I am truly entertained. Yeah, that's one of the things. I mean, we're not professional people. We don't do this professionally. We sit on our porch and talk. That's basically what we do. And then we give you information if we can. And I understand, that you don't get a whole lot of money for this. So taking endorsements and things like that. And like I said, we have a few sponsorships, but it's people we know. But we get tons of them on the email. And like I said, and Skip just turns them down because he thinks that last one he thought about doing, he thinks that where we got hacked. And I think maybe he's right because we've not heard from him since. And we have their product. So we think that's what happened. But yeah, there's a lady I watch all the time. And actually, she's on Facebook. She's not on YouTube. She's on Facebook. And I love listening to her. And it's a over 50 lady that is still dating. And I said the stuff that she says about the dating sites and stuff like that, I think is hilarious sometimes. But like I said, she's starting to endorse a lot of things. I mean, there was makeup, there was some kind of yard equipment, and then the other day she was modeling clothes. And so, I don't care for that a lot. I got to tell you, I bought the makeup. But yeah, they get so much to where if you expect every video they're going to sell you something, then yeah, it gets really, really old really quick. And Skip's really funny about that kind of thing. So, Kathy B, how are you? Alfonso says there a place there for black hair care barber. You know, I'm not for sure. Of course, I've never asked for anything like that. But the barbers that they have here in Brownwood, Cal's Barber Shop. They've got one in Brownwood, and they've got one in different shopping centers around here. And they have a whole ton of hair care people. So yes, I don't, odds are one of them probably does, but like I said, I've never asked for anything like that, so I don't know for sure. Now, somebody on the channel might be able to tell you, but it's not something that I would really be able to tell you about.
They're all moderators now.
But if you give Cal's a call and ask them, and they'd be glad to tell you.
Who?
Cal's Barbershop.
Ain't a barbershop.
Well, whatever.
It's a hair salon.
Yeah, well, like I said, he's asking if they do black people's hair.
Do it.
Then ask if there's a barber that does black people's hair.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Cal's ain't a barber. It's a hair salon. But there's women and men in there.
It's called Cal's Barbershop.
They call it that. To sucker you in there.
Yeah,
but it's a hair salon.
If you go to look for it, that's what it's called.
You'll be sitting next to an old lady getting her gray hair done.
Well,
getting her hair dyed blue.
Yeah, and Laura says some of the YouTube channels that I watch have commercials every 6 minutes. Yeah, and I said, it gets old. It really does. Then I said, I understand they want to make a buck, but, you got to think of your people, too.
Well, that's where my Patreon comes in. Because on my YouTube channel, there's sponsors on there. And I put it on YouTube because basically YouTube people don't pay nothing. But on my members, that's one of the benefits they get. There'll be no commercials on there. Everything that they see on YouTube, Patreon's already seen it. YouTube's already seen it. Some of that stuff they may have seen 6 months ago, but you're just now seeing it. And then some things that are on Patreon, I've never put it on YouTube at all. Like I have storytelling time. It's called, I forget what it's called. Did you know, or do you know, or something like that. And that stuff has never been on YouTube. Who's that?
Nancy.
Oh, they get a new car?
No.
Their car used to be black.
It's been one as long as I know. It's been a few years.
Really?
Yeah. It's a nice car. Really nice. Kathy B in the 603 says, where does Sean Paul work these days? I need to find a salon. He works at Sully's.
Right next to Mystic's Ice Cream. You can go over there and get drunk and then go see him. Yeah,
it's actually across the street, across the alley from Mystic. It's Sully's Salon.
Oh, I thought it was next door to it.
I haven't talked to him for a while, so, but that's where he was. We had Jose brought POS 1, and we kind of had a coffee class there in the parking lot to introduce Jose's coffee truck and Sully's Salon. And a couple of the ladies in there, I went in and did a video, and a couple of ladies in there told me how wonderful they thought it was and everything. And I walked around looking for Sean Paul, but he was busy. So I didn't even get a video of him. But yeah, that's where it was at. Sully's, it's on 466. Is it 466A? 466.
And so, why are you asking me? I don't drive.
Yeah, and I said it's right across the parking lot from Mystic Ice Cream.
Where's my phone?
You're asking me? It's in your pocket.
I know it. I just want to see if you see it.
Yeah. Laura said, did you just make her a moderator?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did, Laura. Let us know if you didn't want that.
I trust Laura. She ain't gonna do anything crazy.
Kyle Reed says, hello, Skip and Sue. Great to see you both. Terrible what happened in Louisville, Kentucky. So sad. Yeah, that was some crash, wasn't it?
That was UPS. It wasn't a crash.
Yeah, and
the turbine motor on the jet plane blew up during takeoff. It never made it in the air.
And they were right over a petroleum facility or some kind.
Well, I understand it never got in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it did. I don't know.
7 people dead and 11 injured. As of right now.
All I know is it was a UPS plane.
Yeah.
And my award that I've got in there, UPS gives people when you retire, has your name and your how many years of service and so on and so forth. That award is made out of a scrap UPS jet.
Oh,
UPS scraps everything. They don't want their competitors to see what their equipment is, and so
yeah.
they grind it up and make stuff out of it.
Yeah, that was, like I said, when they first broke into the news to show it, they were getting pictures from their Louisville affiliate. And so they were getting kind of right after it happened. And I said, just odd when they're showing these overhead pictures, just how far the debris field went. And all of it on fire, because they said that the plane was full. It was just getting ready to take off, so it was full of fuel. And so the debris field was just so immense. And yeah.
Well, maybe it did get in the air a little bit. But if the debris field's that big, maybe they did get in the air a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, it was, because I said when they first showed it, you could see how there was a overhead shot, and you could see just how far it went. So.
Do you know where the UPS airport is?
Yeah.
Where?
Louisville.
Oh, how you pronounce that?
Louisville.
Is it Louisville?
Well, I don't know. Louisville. Laura says there's 20,000 UPS employees based in Louisville. Yes.
Yeah, it's a big operation.
That's the hub, isn't it?
That's the hub.
Yeah.
Right. I went there one time in a semi truck with some stuff. I went to Lexington. Lexington sent me to Louisville. I got to Louisville, and the guy says, "How big of a hurry are you to get back home?" Because as a road driver, I don't have to haul city freight. And I said, "Well, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I had time." I said, "Well, I'm not in that big of a hurry to get home." I said, "Why you got in mind?" "I want to get home before the rush." He said, "Well, I got this one pup out here that needs to go over to the airport. I need you to take it over there and just drop it off and come back. There's no empties to pick up. Just drop it off and come back. They'll know what to do with it." I said, "Oh, okay." So I was talking to a city guy, and he told me how to get over there. And once you get there, and they say you're a UPS, I mean, they just escort you right in. It's no big deal. In, drop, leave. And that was the end of that. So I was there once. I saw the operation. It's a big operation. UPS planes are just everywhere. FedEx's hub, it's weird. These guys are in such competition with each other. I think they just do funny things. FedEx's hub is in Indianapolis, just 110 miles north of Louisville. And theirs is in Louisville. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want FedEx spying on them, and FedEx doesn't want UPS spying on them. I mean, you think I'm kidding, and I'm not. I mean, when you get there, it's a big deal. We actually saw in Indianapolis the pole that FedEx actually has just in Indianapolis. Remember when they tore up part of Highway 70, about a 5-mile stretch of it, and moved the highway over on the other west of Indianapolis so FedEx could add on to their airport?
Wow.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Laura says that, Carol is telling Laura that YouTube has no advertisement option. I think I paid $139 for 12 months, which is
Well,
a
they
discounted
do,
price.
but let me ask you something, Laura. What benefit is that to me? If you go to YouTube and say, "I want to do the no option thing," that doesn't benefit me at all. That doesn't make you a member, and so you're not going to get my stuff by doing that. I'm telling people how to become a member, put a few bucks in my pocket on my channel, and at the same time, they're going to get some benefits.
Well, Carol's just telling her that they do have that option that you can, but it's $139 for 12 months. So
is it really? Jesus, maybe my $2 a month is too cheap.
Well, that's kind of pricey. Tammy Ferguson says, "Hello, everyone." Joseph Smith, they're reporting the plane got to 175 feet before the crash.
It was up in the air. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Did anybody survive at all? I doubt it.
No. Like I said, there was 7 dead and 11 injured. And they said 3 of them there was the 2 pilots and somebody on the plane. The first 3.
They give you free rides.
Yeah.
As an employee, this is serious. And I don't understand it. I don't know if they do it today, but back in the day, as an employee, if I wanted to fly somewhere, family could not go, but as an employee, if I wanted to say fly somewhere that UPS flew, if they had an extra seat on that particular plane going to where I wanted to go, I could get on that plane and fly down there for free. Now, it's not the lap of luxury, let me tell you. It's like riding in the back of a semi-trailer. It's full of freight. but
Get up here, Mommy.
it was a benefit that we had.
Okay.
I think FedEx still does that.
Yes. That way, if Mommy's watching, she can see you. Yeah, Mommy's watching, she can see you. Let's see.
She's on a boat.
Yeah. They got Wi-Fi.
Well, when I was on a boat, you had to pay extra for that. And I know a lot of people didn't do that.
Well, I don't know whether she did or not. She told me to download a certain app so she could talk to me, but anyhow, so maybe she didn't. Let's see. Rester says, yes, Laura, when it comes to commercials on YouTube, there's a place you can request no commercials during the video, but I found it seldom actually works. They play as many commercials as possible.
Well, if you're not a creator, let me tell you something real quick. You're not going to be able to do anything, period. You're just I'll put it bluntly, you're just a visitor to somebody's channel, and you have no authority on that channel whatsoever. Now, me, I can get on there and I can put on there, no commercials. I've never done it, so I don't know. Now what?
You tangled around something, boo-boo.
I've never done it, so I don't know how well that works. I have seen it. I don't use it. It's just easier for me just to upload a video twice and take the commercials out and put it on Patreon and do it that way.
Yeah.
I haven't had much trouble with it. It's just a little bit time consuming, but other than that, I haven't really had any problem with it, so that's why I do it.
Yeah.
And then also on Patreon, I give you a Discord link because I have a private Discord for my members only. And that Discord, actually, I keep an eye on it. I don't get on there that much because I leave it for you guys. But I do make a comment once in a while, some smart-ass comments at Jose or something, did you bring your green card today? Stuff like that.
And Mr. Rizzo says it's pronounced Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, it depends on where you come from. It's Louisville, Louisville, wherever.
So anyway, I forget what I was saying now.
Oh, sorry. I did that, didn't I? Summers Publication says, morning, folks. Well, morning. Although it's past noon. Where you been?
Hey, it all depends on what shift you work and when mornings arrive.
Yeah.
My morning arrived when I was working, usually around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That was my morning. And I never changed the route. I know people complained about it all the time. I heard so many conversations saying, well, I don't like it when I work third shift because I got to change my eating schedule. I eat breakfast at midnight. I eat my dinner at,
Uh-oh.
Here comes UPS.
Here comes UPS.
Stop it.
This is a tuna. Poor baby. No, you can't get down. No, you stay right here. He's gone.
It's just amazing to me. I don't get any of it.
Um,
That UPS guy that comes here, he's as friendly can be. He'll come up here and he'll pet the dog. I don't understand why they bark at him.
it's the noise. Like I said, the yesterday morning, the trash truck. We was out walking, and the trash truck come by, and they both went nuts. It's the noise.
I don't know. Got me.
Kyle Reed says she figured that you'd have a UPS story.
Oh, I got plenty of them.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Don't get him started.
Just a lot of them I can't do here because YouTube. And I got an email last night from somebody, pretty ironic, really. Anyway, he was telling me, he's asking me, he says, do you get shadow banned on YouTube? He said, I've noticed in the last couple of months, there's been some weird things going on. I said, yeah. I said, my income on YouTube has dropped by 50%, but I'm getting the same amount of views. I said, go figure what's going on there. And the videos aren't being represented. They're not being pushed. I said, if your people aren't just simply loyal to you and your channel and coming there knowing that you're going to put a video up at 3 o'clock every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever your time schedule is, don't expect very many new ones because they're not pushing them. And I don't know why. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Brad says Louisville Slugger Museum is a great place to visit. He's been there twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I've never been there. You can't miss the store. There's a huge bat out in front of the store, and it's made out of real wood. It's like a tree.
Oh.
And I think it's made out of real wood anyway. Anyway, I've never been in it. I've often thought about stopping a time or two and going in there, but it seems like every time I go through Louisville in the RV, I'm pulling the car, and I'm real leery about getting off on the city roads down there and trying to find a place to park. And if I turn down the wrong street the wrong way, I got to back up. You can't back up pulling the car. And so
Yeah.
I learned that years ago driving a truck. Number one rule was if you can't see down the road, you don't go down it. I may sound stupid to you, but the truck drivers out there know what I'm talking about.
Racer Girl says it's a nice day in the villages today. It is. It's beautiful out. And you know, the temperature's just perfect. And
The only thing is this time of year, the sun comes in here at a weird angle. And here, normally I'm sitting over here in the shade, and I'm sitting out here in the sun.
yeah,
Because the sun's like right over here.
it's true.
I know people out there going, oh, he's bitching about the sun and getting burnt while it's 38 degrees up here
You
where
could
I'm
always
at.
trade chairs with me.
We tried that once when I turned that around, remember? How many people said, hey, you're on the wrong side. Hey.
But that's not a biggie, really. So,
Oh,
okay.
Jerry will make it a biggie. Hey, Jerry, by the way, me and Jose tomorrow, he's picking me up, and we're going to go to that new Daryl's for lunch. And I think he's figured on picking me up around 11-ish. Knowing him, it could be 11 or 12. And then we're going to go over there to that new Daryl's. If you want to go, I guess you'll have to meet us over there because I don't think the three of our fat asses are going to fit in that little truck.
I want to see that video of the three of you getting in POS one. Oh, Summer Publication says, oh my God, who's that cutie? Well, you must be late to the party, Summer, because this is Tulu. This is Judy P., one of our WNL crew. She's on a cruise right now, and so Tulu's kind of hanging with us for a few days. I think they'll be back tomorrow. But she's a good girl. She's a short-haired Brussels Griffon.
She's very hang-on-ish.
Yeah, she wants to be right with me. But I think she's one of those that they tried to cut her voice box.
They did cut her voice box, which I don't agree with on any.
No, I don't either.
I know there's no law against it. I just find that a little animal cruelty kind of thing. It's kind of like when you have a cat. I understand why people do it. I just don't agree with it. You know, declawing a cat. That's major surgery when you think about it.
Well, and then she's so different than Buddy, but they get along really good, except when it comes to getting on my lap. And Buddy's not real crazy about that. And my lap's not big enough for both of them. But
I'm surprised they ain't tried to hump it.
No, he never has. And then it's funny because I try to give him a treat, and he wants Tulu to eat it first.
Well, one thing I will say about this little dog, it's got the damnedest appetite you ever seen. Gee, Christmas, it's never full.
Yeah, it'll eat. It follows me around. It never lays down. It follows me around just in case I might have some food. And I said she eats all her food that I put out. But then, you got
to put Buddy stuff in a separate bowl because if you put it down there, she'll suck it up before she goes eat hers.
Yeah, I put his down at a different time.
You think to God that this dog was starving to death. I know it's not.
Yeah, she's a little fat thing. She's not starving to. This is Buddy's harness, and the one that she had on was kind of chafing under her arm. So I put this on to see if this would work better because that other one just looked like it was getting too tight. So, and this seemed to do okay. But she don't seem to mind this as much. That other one, I think it was rubbing her sore. So, Mommy will notice. Yes, she'll notice. Let's see. Oh, and Carol says that it is expensive to not do commercials on YouTube, but she watches a lot of YouTube, so it was worth it for her.
Well, I just don't want to bother my followers with tons of commercials because I know how, you're watching YouTube and then YouTube throws a commercial on there that creators like me, we have no control over that. They put it on there, whatever it is. Then you get to the skip button and then you can skip. The reason why that skip button is there, in case you don't know, whoever that advertiser is on there, they pay for like, say, 4 seconds or 5 seconds or 6 seconds. They pay for a certain amount of time. That's when that skip button comes up and that means they got to pay now. And so, and I'll get a portion of whatever that little bit is right there. But it gets ridiculous when you watch somebody, and I've been watching a couple of people for years now, not because they do anything fantastic or not because I just found myself interested in what they're doing and how they're doing it. and the way they present themselves, it's just I just find it interesting. But then quit it. And then you go through these commercials with YouTube, and then all of a sudden the creator himself goes, and by the way, I want to thank whoever for sending me these batteries. And did you ever know about it? And then he has a commercial, and it just goes. I just get tired of it after a while.
Yeah.
I think a lot of YouTube channels may do better if the creators themselves, unless you're getting a lot of money, would just not do a commercial. Or here's the choice. Hit that button on YouTube that says no commercials on my channel or on this video. No commercials. And then do your commercial, and it's not so bad. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Maybe we're all just being too picky. I don't know.
Yeah. Alfonso says, when I move to the villages, I'm retired. Don't care about commercials, long lines, waiting times, or thousands of golf carts. I'm retired.
Well, you say
That's a good attitude to have, Alfonso, because
it's a good attitude when you're working, because you're just imagining retirement right now. But give yourself some time. You'll be retired. 2 years into your retirement, you'll be doing the same thing we're doing. Bitching.
Not everybody, but yeah. Oh, my
Bitch.
God. Tammy says she's in the hospital again. The prayers appreciated. Well, sure. Tammy, we wish you all the best.
What's you in the hospital for?
She didn't say, but yeah, we're all praying for you, hon. And
Is she giving birth?
no.
Buddy?
Wrestler says she's on a boat. What does the boat float on? Is it water or water? Also, since it's on water, do you still have to wash it afterward? Just poke the bear, Rustler. And Cindy says cold weather coming. Yeah, I know. And I said we're going to get a couple days of it anyhow. And I think the high for Monday or Tuesday was only going to be like 64. That was the high, and so that's unusual here this early in the year. But I got a feeling that we're going to have a cold winter. You know, if it gets cold this early, yeah, I just have a feeling we're going to have a cold winter. But that being said, you know, there's 18 days of really cold weather. that's about what the average is. So
I guess it's all relevant. What do you consider to be cold?
Oh,
A person living in Alaska would come down here on a 40-degree day probably wearing a T-shirt.
when I walk Buddy in the morning, there's some people down the street here that come from Canada, and they're out in the morning. They're out on their front porch reading the paper and what have you. And I said, the front door's open, and and it's been that way when it's 40, 50. And I know that they're just used to that kind of weather, and it doesn't bother them.
To it. You get just like us getting used to 90-degree weather. Now we're up to the point when it gets down to 70, we're wearing sweaters.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Well, in the morning, I'm wearing a sweater or a jacket. Yeah, because I said that 50 degrees is just too much for me right now. So, but yeah, I've noticed that these people are out, no matter what the weather is, they're out there reading, and they like to be outside.
About traffic. I complain about the traffic around here and how bad it's getting. But you got to remember where I'm coming from. We were here when Spanish Springs was the only square there was. So none of this was even here.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine 100 and some thousand people not living here.
Oh, and coming down 301 the other day, I was just amazed, because that used to be kind of a backcountry road. That's the way you went to avoid all the other traffic.
Or like Rolling Acres Road.
Yeah, and now it's just packed. It's end-to-end traffic. So, but
but if you come from Long Island down here, you're probably going, traffic? Well, this ain't nothing.
Yeah. Up to something with James and Wendy says, hey there, coming back in December, hope to run into y'all. Well, you might. I mean, we're out and about.
Who is it?
Up to something with James and Wendy. That must be another YouTube, maybe.
Well, no, somebody sent me an email about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, saying, hey, we're coming down for the month of November, whatever. I forget who the name was. It wasn't on Discord. It was just an email. And so we'd like to catch you and Sue sometime. We'll have a beer or two and like to talk to you for a while. And I said, sure, just let us know when you get here. I ain't never heard from them since. I don't know.
When you get down here, there's so much to do and so much to see.
Yeah.
And the amount of time, if you got a lot of time, seeing us is not a biggie.
No. That's why I always say, contact me when you get here.
Yeah.
Because it does do no good to make plans for somebody that's still in Wisconsin or wherever for next week. because I know how it goes. You're going to get here, and especially if you've never been here before, you're going to be so busy looking at all the do's and don'ts and this and
Yeah.
that and north and south. And
And I mean, and this is a big place. You don't realize it, but from Spanish Springs all the way down to Southern Oaks where they're building now. I mean, that's a long trek. It
I
really
think
is.
Jose told me to go from his house by golf cart down to Eastport, where his wife works down there at the medical building, was like an hour and 15 minutes golf
Was
cart
it?
ride.
Wow. And it's probably 40 by car from here. Yeah. I think
You know,
said
I
that.
don't know, because sometimes in the winter when I used to ride my golf cart everywhere to play golf, I found that a lot of times on the golf cart trails, I got there quicker than cars
Well,
because cars were stopped, traffic, dumb drivers.
yeah. But anyhow, James and Wendy, I said, yeah, get a hold of us when you get here. Maybe we'll get together.
When's she coming?
Back in December. Coming back in
Oh,
December.
that's Christmas time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really not a good time for anybody to do meet and greets. Christmas time. Every time Dick and Harry will be down here with Grandma and Grandpa.
Well,
They're all going to Disney World. This is a free place to stay.
but we aren't doing a whole lot.
I'm just saying it's just so busy.
Yeah.
I mean, we have certain restaurants that if you want to like ask questions and talk a little bit, we just can't go anywhere. Most restaurants here, especially during snowbird season, has their own band inside a building. It makes it nearly impossible to talk. Country clubs are better if you can go outside, but at a certain time of day, every country club has their own outside band. So I got a few places I go to that's constantly quiet. They don't never have a band in there, and it's unless there's something going on. And one of them is Gators at Brownwood.
Yeah, as long as they're in the big game going on.
Yes.
It's okay.
If there's a game going on, it's best to avoid it unless you're a sports fan. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
because they hoot and holler in there and they're having a great time. And I got no problem with that. I'm just saying we have to time where and when.
Yeah, yeah. And Darrison says, "Oh, I love to see a video in Daryl's." Well, yeah, they're going to get together tomorrow, I guess, and try to get down there and see the new Daryl's. And I said they moved because they're building on the property that they were at on 301. So,
matter of fact, that building might even be gone by now.
It wasn't when I came through there the other day.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was all closed up and everything. But it wasn't gone. But next to it, that old hotel and what have you, those little houses, those are all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my history going. That's the problem with getting old. If you know areas and you hang around these areas all the time, you start seeing your youth disappear. Those houses have been there for as long as I can remember. In the 80s, when I come down here with a load of freight, going to the railroad yard over there, and I came down and turned on, that's the 301, but then it was just a 2-lane road. That's all it was. And I came through town. I told Sue about it. I said, I think there was a drunk laying out in the middle of the street, passed out at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm coming through town. I had to drive around this guy. He was laying in the middle of the street. And then when I got to the railroad yard, I asked about those houses over there. I thought maybe they were an old motel, because years ago, that's the way motels was. They had these little shanty shacks. And because I was thinking about just getting a room for the night and just staying there. And the guy said, oh, no, that's for the engineers. They come in here and they're waiting for their trains for a turnaround, and they stay over there. And he said, matter of fact, that guy you drove around on the highway might have been one of the engineers. Oh, God.
Yeah. And then in its later days, it becomes something else. But they're all tore down now. And I said, I heard there's a hotel going in there. I don't know exactly where it's going, but they're putting a hotel in there. And
Where
Daryl's was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that area where the house, well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Let's see. Billy SR10 says, hi, Skip and Sue. I'm in Eastport at the moment and heading over to Middleton. Just wanted to reach out and say hello. Well, hello. Listen, are you enjoying this beautiful weather today? It's really, really nice out here.
What restaurants are you going to go to today? They got 4 or 5 new ones opened up down there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The newest one is that steakhouse, right? Is it steakhouse?
Yeah, I don't think it's open yet.
Yeah.
The newest one is,
no.
what, 24 Middleton?
Ira had his live Monday at the new restaurant.
Oh, that was at the barbecue place.
That's the newest one opens, that barbecue place.
Well, there's also SR Middleton.
That's not the newest one, though.
24 Middleton, yeah. That's the newest one open. I have it on my notes.
Anyway, there's a bunch of new ones down there. Go to one of them. I've been to Portillo's. I've been to the barbecue place. I've been to Boosters. Out of all of them, truthfully, I like Boosters. I don't like the prices of any of them, but I like Boosters better than any of them. The barbecue place, it was okay. Wasn't very impressive at all. I thought the price on their ribs was ridiculously high. $37 for a full rack of ribs. That's nuts. And there's some other places. We went to a Sawgrass. That new place in Sawgrass. It's not new, but it's a new name. FMK took it over, I think. What's it called?
And with Boosters.
No. At FMK at Sawgrass.
Oh, at Sawgrass. Oh, the tavern, Sawgrass Tavern.
Sawgrass Tavern.
It used to be Sawgrass McCracken's Pub. But
nice building, nice inside. The food we got looked well. I didn't eat it all. I did a video. Jose's plate looked really, really good. But to me, it was just way overpriced food. I'm sorry. The idea of paying like $19 and $20 for a hamburger. Come on, it's just a hamburger.
Yeah, but I took the ladies' lunch down there last month, and I think there was 10 or 12 of us, and it was really nice.
It is nice,
and they got really good fish and chips. I do know that. And Linda got something. She got a charcuterie board, but it was different than any I'd seen before. A charcuterie board.
How do you say that?
Charcuterie board.
Are you sure that's the way you say it?
That's the way you say it. But anyhow, hers looked different than most of them I've ever seen.
What does that mean?
What?
Charcuterie.
I don't know.
It almost sounds dirty.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I think it means different things.
You pick a girl up in a bar, you're walking outside, she's half drunk, you say, hey, let's go to my house, we'll do a little charcuterie.
Oh, my God. Good thing you didn't have to pick up a lot of women.
I picked up one. I can't get rid of you.
Oh, Tammy Johnson says, Brian and I will be there next Thursday closing on our house across from King Garden Golf Course.
That's a nice area.
This moving stuff is the hardest thing we have done, almost to the finish line. Oh, girl, you tell me. I said, that's why we're still right here, because we moved 17 times when we moved here. And I said, we could have moved on to the new end and had a bigger house and what have you, but after moving that many times, it's just why, we've got plenty of that. We don't have the best house in the place, but it is fine for us. We don't need a big house. I said, it's, I keep redoing what I got, but still, I said, just the thoughts of moving again. I just really didn't. And I know eventually, when we get to that age where they put us in the home, we're going to make another move.
Who's they?
Huh?
Who's they?
Well, who do you think's going to do it?
That's why I'm asking, because I'll disinherit them.
Well, I said, I'll either have to put you in one or you have to put me in one. Figure it out.
I intend to go just like Dad did, in my own house.
Well, and I said, yeah.
I don't care who I inconvenience.
And I'll tell you the same thing you told him, if it's safe.
I told Dad I'd see to it, and I didn't say safe.
Mm-hmm.
I said, as long as I can, because I'm getting older too.
Yeah.
When you got an 80, 90-some-year-old dad, his children could easily be retired and old themselves.
Yeah.
So when he said, I don't want to go in one of them damn nursing homes, that's what he called them. I said, I want to stay in my own house. I said, well, I'll see to it that you stay in your own house, Dad, as long as I can do that.
Yeah.
Because I never know I could have a heart attack. What do I know?
Yeah. And then I said, I know you took good care of me when I had my leg all messed up.
Always remember that you owe me.
I know, but I could not pick you up. You picked me up and carried me all over the house.
Figure it out.
I could not pick you up. I would. I would.
Well, just put a bedpan on the floor and roll me over it.
Tammy Ferguson says, everyone go listen to my friend Morgan King on the Villages Radio. Oh, my goodness. Is that somebody new? I used to listen to the morning people when I was walking in the morning. Of course, I got Buddy now, so I don't. But used to, I was listening to the morning radio over there. And some of those people are really, they're really a riot. They are. But I said, Morgan King, that's a new name for me. Let's see. Oh, and yes, and congratulations, Tammy. I know you'll love it, but I said moving is hard.
Hey, Jerry, where's Marsha been? We were talking about that the other day. Neither one of us has seen her on here for a long time, and she's still a YouTube member. I checked last night, and we don't see her anymore. Is she okay? Do you know anything about her?
Maybe she's got other things to do.
He's the one that gave her the name Marsha. Did you piss her off? She's not going to come back?
No, it'd be like everybody else. They get down here and they got pickleball and they got exercise class. And
I don't know where she was.
I don't know.
As far as I know, she still lived here then. I don't know.
I don't know. David Williams says hi from Seattle. See you guys in March. Okay.
Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, you're gonna be out of here for the winter, huh? Maybe
Outta here.
if you're gonna be in Seattle, that's a mistake.
Not necessarily. Seattle don't get the snow you think they do. That's a subtropical area up there, that little corner up there. And they get a lot of rain, but they see very little snow.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I would have not known that. Craig the Sailor and Nicole said the person who contacted you about getting together was me, and we are coming in December, and we will contact you guys when we get down there.
You're another person. There's another person that contacted me about a week ago that's here now. So we're going to be here for 2 weeks. We'd like to get together and talk to you and blah, blah, blah. And I says, well, let me know. When and where, just let me know. And I haven't heard from him. So that's the one I'm talking about.
Well, and I said, so, like I said, there's just so much when you come down here, especially if you're looking for houses.
You'll never see them because I don't think they realize, a lot of people, I don't think they realize seriously how big this place really is.
Yeah.
You know, and I always laugh at them when we meet them. I said, well, with 160,000 people, how little did you think we were? You know?
And we're actually situated in 3 different counties. We're not all 3 counties, but we're a little bit in 3 different counties. So, and we're getting bigger by the day practically. So
I'm going to move to Lukenbach, Texas. I've been looking at it for the last few weeks now. Lukenbach, Texas. You know what the population is there? There's a sign on the city limit thing there. Lukenbach, Texas. Population 3.
Yeah, I ain't going.
I don't know if that sign's a joke or not, but it's there.
Let's see. But yeah, Craig, when you guys get down here, give us a call. Let us know you're here. Joseph Smith said, we've definitely cut back on eating out. The prices are too high and quality isn't always great.
Well, that's true. When you think about it, that does make sense. I said that the other day. I said, almost the price of food anymore. It's almost cheaper just to eat out. But the price of food eating out is getting higher and higher because of a lot of reasons. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, other than the fact that maybe none of us just make enough money. Maybe we all should have had $1 million in the bank before we retired.
Yeah. But there's also, if you get the Daily Sun, they've got all sorts of coupons.
FMK always has some kind of special going on somewhere.
Right. And McDonald's, you get the buy one, get one.
And I have to eat both of them because she won't eat McDonald's.
But, the thing is, you can get a good deal that way. But yeah, look for the coupons. Usually by about January, the coupons disappear because they know all the snowbirds are here. And they know they're going to be busy regardless.
Yeah.
So, if you can get them now, it's a good time to get them.
They know this is the money time of year.
Yeah.
There ain't going to be no deals. Well, a lot of them. I don't know. Maybe Costco. Now that Costco's here, maybe we'll start seeing some deals there. I still get a hot dog there and a Coke for $1.50.
Yeah. Get at Costco, too. Racer Girl says, asking Wrestler where he's been. He wasn't on Ira's live stream. And I missed it this week. I did. I was doing something and started to turn it on, but I was in the middle of something, so I didn't get to watch it. So.
Well, I've been editing the crap out of videos to put them on Patreon. And I don't know. It just seems like this editing thing takes longer and longer. And I think it's because of me.
You think?
So when you film, you have to have editing in mind. And you have to know when to shut that camera off, so that way you got this whole section that you can take out without editing it. Buddy, leave that lizard alone.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Racer Girl didn't like the brisket at the smokehouse, the Four River Smokehouse. And I know you don't do brisket.
No.
And
I had a brisket at
Buc-ee's
once, a sandwich. Mm-hmm. And it was okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It just has this particular flavor, and I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it was the sauce. I don't know that either.
Yeah, it usually has all to do with the sauce.
I just didn't care for it. That was it. That was my only problem, was that little bit. But I ate it, and it was good. But the last time I went in there, I got pulled pork. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a big pulled pork fan either, and probably because of the sauce. And whenever I get ribs, I always get dry rub. I never get what they call wet ribs, where they have I don't get those. That's why I like where I go, because they're smoked and they're dry. And I took my grandson there, if you saw that video, and they just fall off the bone good.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And that's at
Oakwood
Oakwood.
Fire and Grill.
Okay, Oakwood Fire and Grill.
Yeah.
And they have an Oakwood Express over in Wildwood where you can do a lot of takeout because the inside isn't very big. So I would do takeout if I go over there, but it's the same people.
Actually, I wouldn't mind it if she went over there to Oakwood there in Wildwood and picked me up a slab of ribs for dinner.
I could do that.
You say that, but then you'll forget.
I won't forget.
No, I know
I
how
never
to.
forget
Oh
to
no,
feed
I know
you.
how to go. So I get these all the time. I'm going to run to the mailbox. I'll be right back. Is there anything else you want? I'm thinking, what else could I want at a mailbox? I know what that means. Because after I go to the mailbox, I'm going shopping, and I'll see you at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
No.
That's what that
My
means.
gosh, I haven't went shopping in so long I don't remember. Like I said, I've had too much crap to do. Charcuterie means the art of preparing cooked or prepared meats.
I thought charcuterie was everything but meat. It's usually like cheese and grapes and
No,
apples.
and they usually have salami and
That's what she said, salami.
and what do you put on pizza?
Cheese.
Yeah, cheese, but also pepperoni. Yeah, salami, pepperoni, that kind of stuff, and cheese.
You know, and Arts used to have these.
And they always put a few grapes on there.
Arts always had these button mushrooms. They were like baby mushrooms. They weren't cut in half. They were whole. They were little, and he used to sprinkle them on the pieces.
Yeah,
Now I don't know what the difference is
it's Emmy.
between the little mushrooms and the big mushrooms, but those little mushrooms were god awful good. I really liked Arts pizza. I really miss Arts pizza.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
Both of you.
Craig Morrison says a charcuterie board is a French origin and typically served as an appetizer on a wooden board or stone slab, either eaten straight from the board itself or portioned onto tableware. And yeah, that's what I said. Linda got at Sawgrass Pub. She got this charcuterie board, but it looked different than any I'd seen. It had a couple of French loaves on either side that had been split, and then of course there was different things on the platter, but I think there was also sausages, and they'd been cooked. They weren't cold like they usually give on a charcuterie board. It's usually cold meats, but these had been cooked, and there were some other things on there that just it was different than any I'd ever seen. Anyhow, but she really liked it. So Brad says charcuterie means a platter or board that includes a variety of meats, cheese, fruits, nuts, and crackers. Yes, there you go. And Jerry Bell says, I haven't seen Marsha here in a while. I think she lives in the Panhandle somewhere. Okay.
Well, Jerry, you're going to have to call her up and apologize to her so she'll come back.
Darrison says, go Hawks, but I can't live up there.
Well, at least you know.
Huh?
Because you can't live up there. I said, well, at least you know.
Okay. Craig says Skip needs to go to the memory unit and check for dementia. I think I just heard him say that parts of Seattle are subtropical.
It is. It's not. I use that word, but I don't think that's the actual name subtropical. But it's something tropical up there. I learned this years ago. This is no joke. There's a certain. We have the tropics, and then you have other areas of tropics. But then that up there, that little corner up there, there's a line that curves around, and that's called something tropics, because they don't get hardly any snow in that area up there. They get a lot of rain. And so that's why the forests up there look prehistoric. Moss grows on it, all that kind of stuff, is because it's in that tropical area. And when I say tropical don't necessarily mean 80 degrees and rainy. Tropical just means that, I don't know what it means.
I thought it meant 80 degrees and rainy.
No, because there's other kinds of tropics. You'll have to.
Hot and rainy.
Yeah, you'll have to Google it.
Yeah, Laura says Buddy's on lizard patrol. Yep.
That's all he does.
He is. And Darrison said Buddy needs extra protein. Summer publication was note there's an Aldi's close by there. Yes. The Winn-Dixie stores, well, our one Winn-Dixie here has stayed Winn-Dixie because practically a half a mile down the road is an Aldi's. But the one in Lake Sumter changed from Winn-Dixie to Aldi's just recently. And the one in Spanish Springs, they've all changed to Aldi's. And I shop at Aldi's a lot. because I found I get quite a discount on certain things. So, but yeah, we've got a lot of Aldi's here, and it's not like up north. It was the Aldi's were all in scary places. I don't know if you know what that means or not, but I never went to them because of where the location was. But it's not that way here. So, Racer Girl want to know how the painting estimates are going. Well, I got the painting done already. We used Oscar's painting, and we'd had a recommendation from one of our subscribers, a couple of our subscribers actually.
I thought it was on Discord. People recommended it.
Oh yeah, it was on Discord, and I said we were happy with their work. They got in, got out.
I didn't have no say so. They asked me if I was happy with it.
Yeah, but the biggest part now is deciding what to put back on the walls, if anything, because I'm changing things around a little bit, and nice I'm getting some new furniture, and so I'm not sure I want to put the same stuff back up on the walls, but it's going to take me a while. I know he doesn't like to be in disarray, but it's going to take me a while. So I'm doing it my way this time.
I'm watching this guy over here. He's back, and first he couldn't get the door up. Now he can't get the door down.
So he took their car out for a ride.
Oh, that's not the guy that lives there?
No, that's the guy that lives down the street here. Him and his wife take care of the place.
All right. Well, he probably stopped it there then, so we can walk out and poke the thing.
Yeah. Let's see.
I like to people watch. We used to go down to the square and listen to the bands, and I like to listen to the bands. Or they all play about the same things back then. But the thing was, people watch. We seen so much stuff that other people just never noticed. Like the weird guy up at Lake Sumter once was walking around dancing with all the old ladies, and you could tell that he was like a scam guy.
Yeah, he's looking for a sugar mama. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the old ladies though they got a clue real quick, and they would just walk away from the guy. Or the lady, and I don't know who she was, a blonde lady, that there was a guy that used to go dancing up there, and he was mentally challenged. You know what I'm talking about? And this blonde lady would, whenever a girl would dance with this mentally challenged guy, which I didn't see a problem with it, this blonde lady would dance over there and get right between them all the time and make the girl go away.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our favorite, the school teacher, and then the bottle lady, the bottle girl.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're still around or not, but they was.
Yeah. Let's see. Craig the Sailor says west side of Washington, Seattle sucks. It rains there all the time.
Where?
West side of Washington.
Where?
Seattle.
Where? Washington? Is there an R in Washington?
No. It rains there all the time, and it's not nice rain. It is dreary and dismal and overtaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can remember going up there and picking up apples out of Washington, and it was always dismal
and very dirty. He said.
Well, I don't know about dirty not when I was there. I didn't go downtown Seattle as a semi driver. I went to warehouses around the outer edges, and I didn't really notice dirt. I did notice a lot of traffic. I always kind of wanted to go downtown Seattle to the very first Starbucks.
Oh, yeah?
But, on a semi, I can't do that. So, there's a lot of things I've seen around the country in a truck that I always said when I retired I was going to go back in my motorhome and I was going to check it out.
We've seen a lot of them.
I've seen a lot of them, but I haven't been to Seattle. Yeah. And mainly because Portland, Seattle, that whole area up there, it's all about politics. I'm not going up there till they get this crap straightened out. Okay.
Wrestler says, due to Buddy's small size, he thinks lizards are small dragons. Buddy, the great dragon slayer. Wrestler, years ago, our youngest son, he used to write music all the time. And he would write music and then record it. And he had one, it was called Floyd the Bug Hunter. and I said he even drew the picture on the front of the CD. And it was Skip with the thing that they use to catch butterflies. A net. Anyhow, and then I said, so, yeah, the song was all about Floyd catching bugs, because he had sit and watched Skip out getting bugs, I guess, one day. But it was really, really funny. I laughed through the whole thing. So, but, yeah, that's why Buddy's looking for his geckos. So, let's see.
I don't know if it's that or you just want to stay out of the sun. He's just underneath his table here. He ain't doing anything. Just
Well,
in
that's
the
probably
shade.
good because
That's
it's
what
hot.
she's doing too.
Yeah, she's staying right there. She's good.
And look at me, my dumb ass is sitting out here in the middle of the sun.
Mr. Rizzo says it's anti-tropical, not subtropical, anti-tropical.
Whatever it is up there, I just learned that years ago when I was picking up apples. I talked to the guys on the dock, and they told me about all this.
Yeah. And Darrison says you just rust up there in Washington.
You know what?
So you just rust up there in Washington?
Rest up.
Rust
Up. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know because see, with not having any snow around town, they don't throw salt on the roads, and that's where most of northern people's rust comes from on their cars and stuff is from the salt. And Indiana's terrible about it, and I'm sure Ohio is, and Michigan is, and all that kind of stuff. But when we left Indiana, they started using some kind of a spray. I don't know what the spray is, and they would go down the highway and they would spray it like a lane on this side, and then they'd come up the interstate on the other side and spray a lane over there. And I don't know how that stuff works, but I can tell you that it was pretty effective. I go to work at 6 o'clock at night. Maybe it had been snowing since 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I go to work at 6 o'clock at night, and the highways were just wet. So it did work. How long would it work? I don't know.
Yeah. Craig says Skip is thinking of the Olympic rainforest. It is a temperate rainforest as opposed to a tropical rainforest.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
It's easy to confuse, but ultimately it means a cooler rainforest.
Yeah.
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 Craig Morrison says, I'll bring a mango, papaya, coconut, and baby iguana from the Space Needle gift shop. Okay. Craig, the sailor says Olympic Peninsula is very beautiful. And he also said there's no R in Washington.
These guys out here to readjust this thing. Notice how that arm there is straight out.
Yeah.
The arm.
Yeah.
Look at this arm here, still crooked.
Oh, okay. Okay, Craig Sailor says you do not want to go to downtown Seattle now. That is the dirty part I was talking about. Yeah.
Well, it's a shame. You know, it really is. It's like California. I've said it before. Big difference between Northern California and Southern California. Totally big difference. But California itself is such a gorgeous state and such a great area. It's a shame that California is turning into a shithole.
Yeah.
And it is. Excuse my French.
Janet Pratika says retired, left Michigan, moved to Arizona. Love it. Of course, it's hot in the summer, but end of September through April, it is fabulous. It beats gray, rainy, snowy, freezing, cold temps. You bet. That's the way I feel about here.
Yeah.
There's just nothing that would make me go back to that cold weather.
Well, I wouldn't say nothing.
Well, and I said not without, some serious
medical
stuff.
issues. It's always the number one thing here. Medical issues sometimes will make you do things you don't want to do, but you have to.
Yeah. Now, Laura says that Washington has some good wines. Oregon, too.
Maybe.
Beautiful area along the Columbia River and Mount Hood. Yeah. Well, that's someplace I've not been. So, when Craig the Sailor says, yes, Darrison, you will rust in Seattle. Alfonso Smith, there's a sewing club. I want to mend my own clothes. Don't want to buy nothing no more. And what do single men do there? I'm single. Well, they have several single clubs here. And God knows they'd love another man in the midst of them. So, because I think the biggest share of them are women. Just guessing. But they've got several singles clubs here. And
because women keep killing their husbands.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
Men don't live as long. And I said, there's a lot
the
more.
Wives keep killing them.
A lot more single women here. But it is nice to have somebody to go to dinner with. And they have big carry-ins and they go to dinner, with as a group. And they have bicycle rides and just like any other group that's here, only this is a bunch of single people. And they do a lot of stuff. A couple of my neighbors belong to a singles group and they really like it because they said they don't have to go to dinner by themselves anymore. They don't. And I know one in particular that she has a lot of the people from the singles group, a lot of the guys, that if she needs any work done at her house, they usually volunteer. She never has to call anybody. But yeah, there's now the sewing clubs. There's quite a few sewing clubs, knitting, all that kind of stuff. A couple of my neighbors belong to the sewing club, and they make a lot of stuff for when they have the craft days. Like last weekend, they had crafts all weekend long at different places, and they sell that stuff, and most of it goes to some kind of charity organization. Anything that they make, some of it they make for the cancer center, some of they make for unwed mothers, that kind of thing. They just all of it goes to charity of some kind. So yeah, there's a lot of sewing clubs here. If you want to make your own, there'll be plenty of people to help you.
My phone's overheated. I can't even turn it on.
Ah.
So are we still live, or is it froze up?
Well, I think we're still live. You're rocking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Rester says, Brad, I think I see Skip the Bug Hunter picture coming to a Discord channel near you. I wish I could find that CD that he made, because it was really cute. He's a very smart kid. Even when he was young, he was always doing that stuff. You can't imagine what the CD looked like. That was I remember they had a movie out, Sex, Lies, and Videotapes. I mean, this is way back, but like I said, they had that movie out. So he also made a video, Sex, Lies, and Videotape. And actually, it was the dog chasing the pigs around the lot. If you understand what I mean. Yeah, he's a smart kid. Let's see. Craig the Sailor says they throw salt and solution on our roads in Spokane County, and you're right, Skip. It ruins almost everything, but it's essential to de-icing.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
But that's where most of the rust comes from on automobiles, is from the cold areas. That's why you hear people up in Indiana saying, I bought me whatever, and it's a southern vehicle, because Texas, well, most of Texas, Florida, they don't have salt, and so they know that it's going to be basically rust-free.
Yeah. Let's see. The Greg Wallace Show says liquid salt, water, and glycol. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I know it's pretty effective.
Bucket Let's Travel says we went downtown Seattle. Huge line of people out the door at first Starbucks. Got some food, sat down outside, and only to have a homeless guy use the bathroom right in front of us. Oh.
See, that's the problem they're having, that whole West Coast area. Not every town, not every city, but that whole West Coast area has got that problem where they're tolerating that. Around here, let somebody get caught pissing on a sidewalk, you're going to jail.
Well, like I said, there's a lady that was in your thing about she was
well, guess what?
caught with her pants down.
That same lady got caught again.
Yeah, but
so now it turned into a felony.
Oh.
They're telling her, do it the third time, and it's a mandatory jail sentence. I mean, that's the politicians. They're tolerating this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you ought to.
Laura says, read the Native American story about how Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helen, and Mount Hood were formed. It's a great legend. It is, Laura. I've read all that.
One of them mountains houses alien spaceships. I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, Craig the Sailor says Seattle has a homeless encampment on every single off-ramp. It's not what it used to be.
God, that's awful.
Yeah.
That is. That just makes your town look bad. And all the hard-working people in there that live there and pay taxes there, they got to deal with this stuff every day.
And Wrestler says Skip just admitted his arm is crooked. We all get to that age sooner or later.
My arm's crooked.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Laura says, I actually have a vineyard, although very small, only 20 vines, and make my own wines from them right here in Spokane Valley. Well, cool.
I think just the art of knowing how to make wine and the little things you can do to change the flavor, to change the texture, the aroma, all that in itself is educational.
And what kind of wine do you make? I know that they've got one here that's I think it's all blueberry.
I can tell you what kind of wine she makes.
Yeah.
Kind you drink.
Oh, okay. So, Craig says, are you recommending staying in the hood when you're in Seattle?
In my what? recommending to stay in the hood.
Stay in the hood when you're in
Yeah.
Salem.
So homeless is just a code word for druggies. I'm not interested in being around a drug addict person whatsoever,
Okay.
or an alcoholic. I actually knew an alcoholic once, and one day I threw him out of my house because he started coming around when he was drunk and saying stupid stuff. I threw him out, told him never come back. Chuck, remember Chuck?
Mm-hmm.
I threw him right out the front door in a minute.
Craig the Sailor says, I'll be putting up my 3,000 to 4,000 of winemaking supplies for sale before we move to the villages. A shame.
3,000
but
to
I am not
4,000.
hauling it down there. You know, your son does this. You should know that how much this stuff is.
That sounds like he's got a brewery.
Well,
Wow.
but there is. They did have a place over in Spanish Springs that you could make your own wine, and they help you bottle it and all that kind of
When
stuff.
you leave it there.
But
Right,
there's
ferment.
also beer making clubs here.
Yeah.
The Richmond Academy has a lot of that kind of stuff. So
I think I don't want to make beer at all, but I would like to be a member of that club for only for one reason. The guys that make beer, homemade beer, they have their own little ritual thing they do. The one that I read about, I'd say there's 20 guys that make beer. They go to each other's houses every weekend. They go to a different guy's house to taste his beer and then give a report on what they think of that guy's beer. And then they go to another guy's house the next weekend, drink his beer, and let you know what they think of his beer. I'm in for the taste testing.
Laura says, we had to sell my dad's winemaking equipment in 2020 when he sold his home. He made wine from the 1950s until 2019.
Well, he's probably pretty good at it.
So it was too sweet for me that he sold
like
it on the
sweet wine.
side.
I know a lot of people don't. Most of them here like Merlot. It seems like the most popular one, Merlot.
Yeah.
And I don't care for it. So I like sweet wine. And actually, the wine that I really like is probably cheap wines you can buy anywhere.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, barefoot.
Barefoot, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that and the ones with the screw-on cap. I mean,
yeah, screw on cap, man. That's the way to go.
Oh.
My dad used
Hey,
to
Kyle.
drink Bartles and James, right?
Yeah.
Bartles and James, and it came in a cardboard box. And then he also had Mogan David. And Mogan David was in about a half a gallon jug, or maybe a quart, and it had a lid, that big around on top of a screw lid. And he liked it.
And Wrestler said that your arm is crooked.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't sure what you meant, Wrestler.
I don't know if I can adjust that or not, because if you'll notice on the bottom right there, there's a cap. And on the bottom over here, there is no cap. Did you sweep up a cap?
I don't know. I swept up a pile over there. I haven't picked it up yet.
A cap. See that white cap on the bottom?
Yeah.
You don't see it over here.
Oh, I've not seen anything like that. But now, you know, Chano.
He blew the. No, Chano didn't blow the.
Yeah, he did, and so did Wrestler. Or not Wrestler, Jose. They both did.
Might have to call them up to come out here and take a look at that.
Okay.
I mean, it works, but.
Kyle says she's been listening, but she was busy making Jello shots and lasagna. She's having some people over this weekend. That's why she can't come to Linda's this week.
Jello shots.
Yeah, Jello shots. Go, girl. Thelma. Laura says, my sister and I weren't supposed to tell anyone that my dad sold wine. We were probably bootleggers. You know, I remember my grandpa did. He had a floorboard that you could pull up because he did it during Prohibition. But he was a bootlegger. He would take that piece of wood out of the floorboard, and that's where he'd hide all his booze.
Stop it. Quiet.
Let's see.
Well,
Kathy.
Uncle Charles had his own little moonshine in his garage.
Yeah.
A little personal one. It wasn't a big one. He made it himself. It was like, if I had to take a guess, it would probably hold maybe a gallon to a gallon and a half of liquid. And out of that, how much booze did you actually get? I don't know. But he always had it. He had it for 20 or 30 years in that garage.
Yeah. Kathy B in the 603 said 2020 was the strong Mogan David.
Yeah. Do they still make Mogan David? Buddy.
I don't know. I never looked. But
I don't know either.
Racer Girl says, my sister-in-law makes barefoot wine, Napa Valley.
Yeah, she's just
Yeah.
barefoot when she makes wine. That's what it is.
Jess, Skip, did you take your gummy? Thank you for the tip regarding the mums. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm assuming you mean to get them while they're not bloomed yet, because I said they will come back the next year if most of the time if
Well, I
you.
know that my dad had wild mums around his house that came up every year, and they just got to be so big and so thick, he had to start thinning them out. But the one thing that's time consuming on mums that I do know about, that when they're growing, they almost have a bloom. I don't know what you call them. Right here, I'll take one off. Those things, that's a bloom right there that's growing.
Yeah.
He would go out there and pluck every one of them off the bushes because you want them to keep growing, and then they grow twice as many of those, and then he'd pluck all them off.
Yeah.
He did that about 2 or 3 times, and then when they would finally, he'd let them bloom. My God, they were this big around, and they were just covered with blooms.
And these, I said, once the blooms are done, you give it a haircut, cut them off, and I said, and they'll have new blooms come up on them. Usually, it probably won't be as full as what the first bloom was, but
I can tell you, in the state of Florida, those will not be here next year.
Yeah.
The sun will eat them up.
Now, the one out there by the palm tree has been here for 4 years.
You mean that little spriggy thing that's coming up out there? It's dying and don't know it yet.
It's been there for 4 years.
It's dying.
No, I put it in there before it bloomed, and it's been there 4 years.
I wish I could pick this camera up and take it out there.
Wow.
I show them.
It's not a big one, but it comes back. But it gets watered by the...
That's what she said.
It gets watered by the yard sprinklers. So it always gets water. If you don't turn the water off.
It's off. I haven't had it on for months. Not unless you're turning it back on.
Yeah. Yeah, Joseph Smith said, definitely remember box wine back in the 80s. Yeah.
You know, we look down our nose at a lot of this stuff. And the stuff that we have today gave birth back then.
Yeah.
So today, the Bigfoot that's in the lid twist-off bottle that I make fun of, well, Mogan David back then had the bigger bottle with the big lid that twisted off. So all that came from back then anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Laura says she'd love to take a wine tour of the Napa Valley. Me too. That's something I've always wanted to say. But I want to go to Italy. I want to take the wine tour in Italy. Let's see.
They drink wine in Italy out of jelly jars.
I don't care.
My mom used to save them. She'd buy this jelly, whatever it was, at a store, and it came in a glass. And usually the glass had designs of some kind around the outer edges. And this is the way Mom saved money. We were going to eat the jelly, because as kids, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right? And then when we were done eating the jelly, she would wash the glass out and put it up in the cabinet. Next time she went to the store, she bought another one. So by the time these glasses, they quit making them, she had a whole set of them up there, and we used them for the longest time.
Summer publications. So will you put the one on the patio in the ground after the season or throw it away? Probably. I'll try to plant it. But like I said, if it doesn't come up, I won't be surprised because I've already let it bloom twice. But I probably put it back by the air conditioner where it gets a drip of water constantly. You know, your air conditioners pull all the water out of the air. Yeah, that's how it cools things off. But there's a constant drip at one of the pipes back there. Because I actually had one of the Christmas cactus, a poinsettia. I had a poinsettia that I planted back there after our first Christmas here. And the thing got 4 foot tall. I'd never seen anything like it. I didn't have to put it in the dark or anything. I just planted it back there where it got water all the time. And it really got pretty. And then it got buggy, so we had to take it out. But yeah, for a couple of years, it was really, really nice. So
It didn't get buggy. It got this stuff on it.
Powdery mildew.
No, you keep calling it names, and I know what it is. It's on these bushes too. That's why you see blank spots in them, and I can show you one right here. That's why.
Hey, boo-boo.
Right there. That stuff.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
I don't know what that is.
Can you see it on your camera?
No.
You don't see it?
Not yet. There it is. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, that stuff right there. I don't know what that is, but it must float around in the air or something, because I'm telling you, if this stuff gets on any of your bushes, it may not kill them, but it'll kill or stunt a big area, like right there on that bush right there. You can see a big area in the center there that's like really bare.
Oh, okay. Well, when the guy came to spray this last time, I had him look over there, and he said he didn't see anything eating it, but he went ahead and
They don't eat it.
Yeah.
Whatever it does.
Well, I didn't know what it was. I'll show that.
I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll show it to him next time he comes.
Well, you can see it right there. That whole big area right there is loaded with it.
I could see the bare spots. I didn't know it was from that.
Oh.
So I'll show it to him because he fertilized.
You can see that growing on all those bare limbs over there.
Okay.
And whatever that is, it may not kill the bush, but it makes them look like there's something wrong with them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I say spray Roundup on it.
Summer publication. So okay. Yeah, and I probably will just plant them back there and see what happens. You know, if they don't grow, they don't grow.
They're not going to grow.
Yeah, but like I said, I know that one out there, and I said I had several of them. But like I said, that particular one looked pretty because it's that rust color, and that's, you know, not the ordinary colors. So I planted it out there under the palm tree, and it just continued to come back. You don't see it until cool weather. And then when cool weather comes in, it starts flowering again.
I'm sitting here under an awning on a day where it's only like 70 degrees out, and I'm getting burnt on my legs. This thing in the summertime, when it's 100 degrees out here, hasn't got a chance.
Okay. Well, we'll see if it's still there next year.
We'll see. I'll remind you.
Kathy B says, I'm not proud I bought Sutter home with White Zinfandel with wine at CVS. Yeah, you know, we drink what we like. You know, it doesn't matter. We're not wine connoisseurs.
I'm not.
But we drink what we like. And I'm with Skip. I like the sweet stuff better than I do the dry. And that's just, I do like at, the lake. Trying to think of it now. There's a winery pretty close to here. And they have a Southern red that's really, really good. And I can't think of the name of it for some reason.
Southern Red.
No, I mean the winery. It's Lake Ridge?
Lake Southern Red.
Lake Ridge Winery, I think is what it is. It's down by
you have to Google it.
Yeah. But anyhow, they have a southern white too, it's good. But I mean they've got a Southern red, and I don't do much red because red gives me a headache. They say it's the tannins or something in it. But anyhow, I like their Southern red's really, really good. And I don't know that it's not cheap, but
read this message. Says I came from Valley, Washington, population 210. I'm pretty sure that included 56 dogs that ran around.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I've been to some of them towns that you're talking about. We went to a town in Texas one year. I think we was just in a car. We was headed to California, and we was meandering around. And we took this 2-lane road through parts of Texas. And I think it might have been on a weekend, like a Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it was. Everything was closed. Remember in town, we drove all around town looking for a little corner place to have breakfast or something. There was nothing open in this town. There was no people even walking on the sidewalk. There was nothing there. And but it was very typical that as soon as you got into this town, look at it, you could just imagine the roads being dirt and horses walking up and down them. It just looked like that typical Texas town. I don't even remember where it was at or what it was. So I don't know what the population was there, but that particular day was 0.
Yeah. But just like Winslow, Arizona, you know, you've heard the song. And I said, we went to Winslow, Arizona, and Skip did not know what that was. He wasn't a big fan of the music, I don't think, at the time. But anyhow, we got there, and then they've kind of tried to modernize things a little bit. They put in some. I
kept asking them about the stuff out front, like the pickup truck. What's the pickup truck got to do with Winslow? Yeah. You know, what's them statues over there got to do with Winslow?
So there's a couple ladies pull up on motorcycles, right? And they kept hearing him say, you know, what's the big deal about this town? It looks deserted to me, you know. And I'm looking around, and you're seeing all the familiar stuff, like the pickup truck, the girl in the window, all that kind of stuff, you know. And he's totally clueless. So these women, got off a motorcycle, took off their helmets.
They started singing to me.
And they decided to sing it to him. It was hilarious.
No, I don't have video of it.
But I wished I had. But I didn't know they were going to do that. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. And then they said, "You don't remember that song?" And so they sang it for him. And like after after they sang it, I think he kind of got the idea. But yeah, I didn't think of anybody that didn't know that song.
We just went in meandering things.
Yeah.
I don't very seldom ever plan anything. We just meander around, and then if I see something on a billboard or if something pops up on my phone, I go, "Hey, look, this is 10 miles away. Let's go over here." That's how I travel.
Yeah.
And when we left Winslow, something else that was not on my charts either was we ended up going to that big hole in the desert.
Yeah, yeah.
Where the meteor, what's it called, meteor crater, whatever
Something
it's called.
like that, yeah.
So we went there. Save your money. That's all I can say.
It was a big hole in the ground.
It was a big hole in the ground.
That's it.
And there's a little history about it. NASA has a thing at the bottom of that hole they used to have, and they did something down there. NASA, I don't know what it was. And then they have a little museum inside, shows some things, and a little picture, movie camera showing you about meteors coming to Earth, but all that. This is back then, and it was like $36 a person. I'm looking at that going, $36 to come in here and look at a hole in the ground.
And that was our fault. I mean, we knew what it was.
And I'm the guy that complains about $19 hamburgers.
Yeah. And Laura says most of the wine she buys is under $10 a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, you drink what you like. To heck with those people that get so fussy about it.
I don't care.
And I said, we get a lot of wine as gifts. And of course, we keep them.
They're in my refrigerator out there. I might give you some if you ever show up. Because I don't drink.
Yeah, we keep them for guests because a lot of people don't like the sweet wines, and that's usually what we drink. So we have a lot of different kinds. But yeah, it doesn't matter the price. You drink what you like.
There's a difference in wine too, depending on who makes it. Like we like Moscato, or I say me. I like Moscato wine. It's a sweeter wine. It comes red, pink, and white, and all of them's fine with me. Mm-hmm. So somebody came by. It might have been Craig Morrison, the Medicare expert, and he brought us a couple bottles of Moscato wine, and it's different. It's not barefoot, and I don't know what it is. I drank one bottle of it. It took me like 2 or 3 days to drink a bottle of it. I told Sue, I said, I don't want any more of that. There's just something about it. It's got a dry aftertaste to it. Really, you drink this stuff, and it almost like dries the spit right out of your mouth.
Oh, and a few years back, Phil B brought him some wine, and it was from California, certain kind from California.
Very sweet.
And it was so sweet I couldn't drink it, but he loved it.
Well, I could drink it. It wasn't my favorite because it was like overly sweet. It was almost like drinking alcoholic Kool-Aid. I mean, that's how it was. Yeah,
but it was really, really sweet. So, Darrison says, I hear they pass out Jell-O in the villages during Halloween night. They pass out a little bit of everything. We used to, when we first moved here, the neighbors would say, if you leave your porch light on, you'll have trick-or-treaters, but adult trick-or-treaters, right? And so the first year we was here, we left the porch light on, and we didn't know anything about what they were intending to do. But anyhow, when they got here, they wanted a beer. They didn't want candy. They wanted a beer. They wanted something to drink.
Beer or wine or
something like that.
Available.
So yeah, then we got the hang of it. Now we know why they're trick or treating. So, but it was I had a couple pictures come up on my phone. You know how they do that 8 years ago thing. So 8 years ago on Halloween, like I said, the neighbors come trick or treating, and I got pictures of them all in their costumes and everything. It was precious. It was really, really precious. So, but anyhow, I'm losing my thing here. Losing the chat.
Jacob's been coming through our neighborhood every week now for about the last month. See, they went through our neighborhood about, I'm going to say roughly a month ago, because they got mine over here, and they were installing those electronic meter reader things. Mm-hmm. And I'm not too sure how that's going to work out. I don't even know if we've got our first bill on it yet. Used to, they came by in a golf cart, and the girl would get out and walk over with a long stick with a reader on it, and she just, it read it, and then she'd leave. Been that way for 10 years. And then they decided this meter reader electronical thing, and what I'm understanding it is, where all they have to do now is they drive through here in a golf cart or a car or a truck, I don't know, and somehow it sends out a signal kind of like Bluetooth, and it automatically reads your address and your meter reading and all that, and then all that, they go back to the shop and they download all that information, and
Yeah,
Probably.
and they do that, and I think it's a lot better than sometimes when they don't read the meters.
I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know how am I going to double check?
Well, it's as accurate as when they average it out, because sometimes they don't read the meter and they average it out for the last
The
2 or
old
3.
meters had a gauge on it. I could look at it and I could read it myself.
Yeah.
This one is electronic meter. You don't see no gauge on it.
But we'll wait and see. I haven't heard anybody say anything about it yet. So.
Well, I haven't either, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Pete's mom says that's a lechin, a type of algae. It is transferred by air.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say it must be airborne because we didn't have any for a long time, and then all of a sudden it just started showing up.
When I over there on the side, it got bad.
Well, that's what was on that plant next to the air conditioner. And where it come from, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Alfonso Smith wants to know, can I get all the doors in my house inside done with some glass like the front doors have in some houses? Yes. There's a Perry's Decorative Glass here. It's over in Spanish Springs. And they will. I've actually tried to talk Skip into letting me put that in the front door. And he's not crazy about glass in the front door.
I don't like the idea of making my door easier for somebody to break into my house.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Better get down. Go eat that.
Have a little glass in your front door. You're not at home. It just goes up there with a little hammer. He's in your house.
But like I said, if you want a lot of glass doors inside or outside, yeah, the Perry's Decorative Glasses here in the shopping plaza.
I think if I was going to do that, I'd go to Lowe's or Home Depot and I'd get one of them bulletproof glass doors. Buy it. Have it installed. They're not cheap.
Can I do that?
You've already spent enough getting this house painted.
I haven't spent nothing.
You had the house painted?
Yeah.
I didn't do that. So that's on you.
Oh, and Racer Girl says she likes a nice French Cabernet. Yeah, and, everybody's got their own taste. I'm a big champagne person. I do like champagne.
There's a bottle of that in there.
Yeah.
I won't drink it. It's just like bubbly water to me.
Well, I love mimosa. I really...
I don't mind mimosas, but we never have orange juice.
Well, that's on purpose.
We never do.
Yeah. Jerry Bell says, can't go wrong with Boone's Farm. That's true.
There you go, man. You're speaking my language now.
Yeah, Laura says, Boone's Farm wine, cheers. Yeah.
You know what I could do is I could lie to Sue like she lies to me all the time. When I say, what cereal is this? She said, what's the same cereal I always get? I said, is this Tony the Tiger cereal? Well, it's an off-brand, but it's the same thing. What she used to do to fool me, she would let me eat the name brand stuff. She had the off-brand stuff off to the side somewhere that I didn't know about. And then she would take the off-brand stuff and pour it in the name brand box, thinking that I would fall for this.
Did it kill you?
But I noticed it, though, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're picking up, Okay.
That's like saying a chicken egg and a duck egg is the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, if y'all will, give us a thumbs up. That's it. We need to know that you're out there. We need to know that you're watching us.
Who do you think you're talking to, a ghost?
I'm talking to the back of your computer. Anyhow, yeah, we need to know you're out there. Let us know. Electronical, is that an Indiana word? Yeah.
We have a lot of Indiana words.
Yeah, we do. Laura says there's really some sweet wines that have to be labeled contains alcohol. Otherwise, some people don't know they are buying alcohol. That's kind of the point with me. I don't like the alcohol taste. Of course, I like bourbon, but that's about the only alcohol I drink. So, like I said, if the wine doesn't have that alcohol taste, I'm for it.
I think what makes wine, or a lot of it anyway, that the alcohol content in wine has to be regulated. Has to fall between, let's say, 5 and 6%, and it can't be any more than that because then it changes to something else, like beer. I'm not sure what all that is because when I used to go to beer day, Tom that used to take care of us down there, because he knew I like lager beer. And when they opened up Cody's, they would try different beers to see how well it sold. And I always drank Yingling. I found Yingling when we first came here, and I've been drinking it ever since. It's just a good lager beer for me. So he comes over and he goes, hey, we just got this new lager in. He said it's from Germany. He said, I think you'd like it. He says, it's about the same price as a Yingling. Now, keep in mind, back then, Brownwood's new. Now, what?
Okay. Bicycles. Tulu's picking up Buddy's bad habits.
Well, that's okay. We're giving her back to Judy.
Yeah.
So anyway, he came in and told me about it. And back then, the owner owned that whole area down there, and so he could kind of regulate the prices on things until he turns it over to somebody else. So, and I don't know if that had anything to do with Cody's or not, but he had everything else down there, so Cody's had to compete. So it kept their prices of beer down. So I think at that time I got 16 ounce of whatever this German beer was for like $1.75. And at that time, a 16 ounce Yingling, which is readily available anywhere, was like $1.50. So it was only that little bit of difference. So I said, okay, I'll try it. He brought it to me and I drank it. And it tasted good. I said, that's pretty good. I like it a lot. I said, but it seems a little more stronger than normal lager beer. He said the alcohol content is like 12.5%. Now, I don't know how high beer can go with alcohol content, but he said it was 12.5%. So I had 2 or 3 of them. And then I came home, and I was fine coming home. It was no big deal. But somewhere between me going from the garage and in the house, I had like a leak and going to the bathroom and hit me. Because I can remember Sue opening the door up and banging it against me, saying, "Hey, are you okay in there?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah."
I couldn't get the door open. He was laying in front.
I was laying on the floor. I think I passed out.
And he never drinks that much. And so I was so shocked. I thought maybe something had happened to him. But yeah, and he told me
you ever
all
see,
about this.
2.5 Men where Charlie Sheen's laying halfway up the stairs and his brother hollers says, "Charlie," and Charlie goes, "Yeah." That was me.
Yeah. Let's see. Alfonso Smith says, I want the glass doors in my closet doors and halfway up my bedroom doors and slider doors to the glass rooms. Yeah.
Well, any of that custom work you want done at the door, Sue's right. You can get a lot of stuff done. They got colored glass. They got fake colored glass. They got people that'll come and cut your door into a million different pieces and make a whole new door for you.
Yeah, and we've got a side light on our door.
Yeah.
We don't have any glass in our door, but we've got a side light on the side. And Skip always wanted me to do something with that.
Frost it.
And, well, you could frost it. They've also got the clings in different colors that you can put on it.
Or a bed
where
sheet.
You can see out, but you can't see in.
Staple gun and a pillowcase. That'll keep that window. I swear to God, I will. I'll find an old pillowcase.
What is it you're trying to hide?
I don't want like that. Somebody coming up to my house in the middle of the night, so you don't know who's out here, and can stand there and look in your window.
Who cares? All they can see is the living room.
Well, they might see me naked.
They'd only be once. And Laura says she loves Prosecco. Yeah, and that's what I've got in the fridge now is Prosecco. Yeah. Wrestler says, yes, Jerry, electronical is a very special Indiana form of electric.
Yes.
Okay, you guys. Craig the Sailor says, Laura, have you tried a Washington ice wine? They are typically a Riesling that they let the grapes freeze on the vine at least once before making them into wine. You know, Aldi's used to have the ice wines, and I don't think they have them anymore. But theirs was pretty good, actually. I actually like those. And we stayed in a winery once with, we have the thing where you can stay at wineries and
Harvest Host.
Yeah, Harvest Host. And I said, with the motorhome, we were in one once, and I said they had, I wanted to just get some grapes. You know, it was a whole winery.
Tell her where this winery was at.
It was the middle of the desert.
Middle of the desert.
Middle of the desert.
I have no idea where they got the grapes.
But I said, you know, I wanted to get some grapes. And I thought, well, sure, you know, it's a winery. Surely they got grapes here. And they did. And you could buy them, you know, just like you do at the farmer's market, you know, buy the little quart things and what have you. So I got these grapes, and they had 11 different kinds. And, you know, I don't know one grape from another. But anyhow, the lady told me they were the grapes that they used for the ice wine. And she said they kept them especially cold back there before they processed them. And so I got some of them. And I went back to the camper, and I was eating them because we pulled into this place without having any food. And their cafe was basically just bits and pieces. You know, you could get a little bit of something, and that's about it. Wasn't real food, bar food. But anyhow, I was eating these grapes, and they had some really fast, great wine. We drank too much of that wine.
Oh, we had 2 bottles.
Yeah, but the grapes themselves were nasty, and I'd never run into that part. Always, no matter where I'd been, I'd always had good grapes, and those grapes were nasty. And
Great Harvest Host, though. I'd recommend anybody to stop by there.
If you knew the name of it, right?
Well, and you got to trust your GPS. Trust me on this.
Yeah.
If the road looks like it's going in the middle of nowhere and I need to turn around and leave, just keep going.
Yeah.
You ain't got there yet.
Yeah, because we got off the interstate. But yeah, it was a really, really nice place. But I just couldn't believe it.
Parking area for RVs was probably big enough for 50.
The football field.
Yeah, it was a huge area.
Yeah. But yeah, I just didn't know that there was that much of a difference between the grapes. And and Skip's dad had grape arbors everywhere he lived, and I always loved his grapes. But these, whatever it was that they made the ice wine with, they were nasty, and I couldn't even eat them. And I'm not that picky.
Well, Joseph, one thing I can tell you is I had 3, maybe 4. I'm not real sure, but I definitely had more than 2.
Yeah. And Rachel girl, she loves champagne. But yeah, it's everybody has their own taste, and you drink what you like.
That's what a famous cook told me one time when I asked him. They always talk about cooking wine, sherry, stuff like that. I said, "What's the best cooking wine to use?" He said, "The one you like to drink." Simple answer.
Yeah.
Made sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. Craig says ice wine is a really super sweet and very flavorful wine. Yes, it was. And I said, Aldi's used to carry them all the time. And that's about the only place you could actually find them unless you actually went to a liquor store. The other groceries didn't carry the ice wines. But I always liked them. And Craig the Sailor said, that sounds very good. I have to go to my local Benny's here in Chicago. They have every wine imaginable.
Denny's?
Benny's.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Denny's restaurant for breakfast. Denny's?
Yeah, and Jerry wants to know if Laura's got her place cleaned out yet. Yeah.
If what?
If she's got her place cleaned out yet.
Who?
Laura.
Oh, in Chicago, Laura?
Yeah.
No, she's probably still working on it.
And she says Yingling is now available in Chicago. I just started seeing it at the stores here in the past year.
Yeah, they're expanding quite a bit.
Yeah. It's like, remember years ago when you couldn't get Coors, was it?
East of the Mississippi.
East of the Mississippi. You couldn't get Coors. Truly, you couldn't. It was.
Not unless it was bootleg.
Yeah.
I'd bootlegged a couple of cases when we used to travel out there in the semi-truck. I'd stop and buy it, put it in my side boxes, and, knowing I could have to take it away from me, but I never had any problem with it.
Yeah. Oh, Denise Kill says, oh my gosh, you two are hilarious. I have a glass front door. I can only hope. And then, and
somebody's going to come see you naked?
If we were in the middle of Seattle, but otherwise, I think we're pretty good here. But yeah, I don't worry about somebody looking in the door.
I do.
We got a Ring doorbell. You can see everybody.
It's a different world we live in, especially here.
Okay. Laura says, Jerry Bell, it will be in the spring. I have medical things to take care of the next 2 months, then cruise in late January. Okay. You keep moving that number back, Laura. No, can't go. Let's see. Joseph Smith says, I drank an ale that is 8.2% alcohol. The key is to drink 1 or 2.
Yeah, well, I had a beer that had something like 12% alcohol.
That's what he said. The trick is to just drink 1 or 2.
Well, you got to know our beer day. We sit there and it's just like this. It's just 35 guys sitting at this huge table. We have one dedicated waiter. Tom took care of us. And we were talking about everything under the sun. Golf, houses, landscaping, all kinds of stuff. While we're talking, we're drinking. And Tom was very good at kept them bringing them, kept sliding them in there. And, we just kept drinking them. So we didn't keep count. Some of the guys got smart. They'd all get together and chip in and just get a picture of something.
Craig the Sailor says, Skip, you can get glass doors that are not transparent, like watered glass. That still lets the light in without showing off your junk.
No, there's an electric door. I don't know how they do it, but somehow you press a button and the glass will go from clear to totally frost. You can't see in it. But it's still glass, and that's my key. I don't want any glass doors.
You don't want anybody to break in?
I don't want to make it easier for them to break in.
Okay. Yeah, now, you could do a million things, guys, and he's just opposed to it. So one of these days he'll come home and it'll be there. And like I said, when he finds out how much it costs, he won't say much. He won't take it out.
I won't ask.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I got a 5-minute warning.
End it. I'm getting tired of sitting in the sun baking over here.
Well, no, like I said, that was for me, but it's okay.
I mean, 5-minute warning for you.
5 minutes until time for me to my 15 minutes. No.
God, I think we started early.
I don't think so. I think we started right on time.
I don't think so.
Darrison says he used to enjoy rice wine in Okinawa when he was stationed there. Linda had some rice wine, and she does. Jazzy's mom, she did a couple parties where she went and had wine tasting, and it was all the Japanese wines. And I didn't go to any of them, but people seem to really enjoy that. Like I said, she did give me some rice wine once, and it wasn't bad, not bad at all. Yeah. Craig Sarah says, Joseph, my wine is typically about 13.2. To get it higher than that, you have to gradually add sugar to it, or you get the yeast drunk, and then it dies, and then you just have flavored sugar water. Huh. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot for wine, 13.2, don't you think?
Talking about wine, here is $1 million idea that they don't do, I don't think, anymore. All the, what do you call these places that sell used furniture, or used whatever, consignment stores. Everywhere from here to Ocala to wherever else, Big Circle. They used to have a bus trip. And I don't know if it was a full-size bus or a van or what. You and Deb took them.
Oh, it was a full-size bus.
Full-size bus, full of people. And here's the secret. These people are genius. They take the bus over to the nearest, whichever consignment store they're going to, get out. People inside there were waiting for you with glasses of wine. Yeah. And then to go to another place, there's more wine.
And then the one in the middle always had lunch. They'd always have pizza or sandwiches or something.
Let's get them drunk and feed them, and they'll buy.
$25 for these bus trips now, and you just couldn't beat that. You got lunch, and you got to shop at all these thrift stores, and that's actually how I met Deb.
Buddy.
And we always had a good time. Then the lady that done that, she retired, doesn't do it anymore. They do have one that goes all over Florida now. That's a thrift store bus, but I'm not interested in being on a bus for hours riding to go to a thrift store. So I never went on one, but I do like the bus trip.
I just thought it was ingenious giving the girls free wine.
Yeah.
Let's get them drunk.
Okay. Let's see. Hey, Missy Mo, she's just catching the end. Alfonso want to know, do you guys have day shuttle buses and shuttle trips to the beaches? Yes, they do. There's all kinds of bus places here that, there's Senior Adventures, there's Lamers. I can't think of all the names of them, but the travel section in Sunday paper has all these day trips in it for all these bus companies. And I said, you just check that paper out. And I said that they'll tell you all the ones and where they're going and all that kind of thing. I still haven't went to the hula thing.
It's 158.
Oh, okay. Still haven't went to the luau, but I'm going to take that trip eventually. We had to turn it down last year because something went wrong, but I still want to take that trip. And they do it here. I think it goes to not sure. I think it goes to Sanford or Daytona or something and they have it in a building. But still, I'd still like to see it. So anyhow, okay. Things we got going on this week. My goodness. The new car auto showcase is Saturday from 10 to 3 in Lake Sumter Landing. If you're wanting to check out a new car, why, check out at Lake Sumter Landing and see what they got over there. And I said, some of the new stuff they put in these cars are unreal. So do it over there where somebody can tell you what all that stuff's for. Town of the Towers has a 5K. Takes place at 9 a.m. Saturday at Village Polo Club. It's at 700 North Buena Vista Boulevard. So if you're a runner, why, check that out. Parity Veterans Tribute is 5 to 9 on November 11th at Brownwood. They have live entertainment and food and vendors. So that'll be something a little bit different from what your normal things are. A new restaurant, 24 Middleton, is now open for dinner only and will start serving lunch at a later date. It's open from 3 to 9 on Sunday through Thursday.
Right. And
3 to 10 Friday and Saturday. Abbott's Frozen Custard is now open. It's at 2227 Randy McDaniel Way. They have cones and cakes and slow churned frozen custard. Hey, Tulu.
Quiet.
Fall sidewalk sale is in downtown at all the squares. That's including Middleton, Tuesday and Wednesday. So you still got time to go hit the sidewalk sale. The Purple Pig ribbon cutting is 9:30 a.m. Thursday at Middleton Drive at the new Purple Pig store. And I used to love the Purple Pig
Quiet.
when they had it in Lake Sumter. I really hate it when it left. I didn't, and then I found out they're building a new one, so that's good. Tulu, quit. Mainstream Women's Boutique will open Thursday. The ribbon cutting is 10 a.m. Friday in Middleton.
Come on, India.
Sells everyday wear, jeans, dresses, workwear, and jewelry and accessories. Well, that's a new one. It's about time they got something that you can buy, some things you can wear. Saturday, November 8th, there's a classic car show. The Village Twirlers and Show Team, the Drum Corps, and the Village Cheerleader. And entertainment is the Scooter the DJ from 12 to 3. Okay, I think that's it. See ya.